Hey Scott, how are you?
Good. How you doing, Jason?
Good, good. Weather getting warmer. I love summer, but we've got an exciting update to talk about. So FINRA just approved your guys' acquisition of Forta Financial. So I guess let's start. Walk us through first. What is Forta Financial? Kind of what did they do, and why did you choose to kind of go into a merger with them? I know you guys started this merger 6 months ago, finally getting the approval today. Walk us through kind of that process.
Yeah, absolutely. So Forta Financial Group is a 28-year-old broker-dealer. Financial Gravity, we were extremely interested in this company. It has really great bones, has some great personnel. It's history. It is history. It's been around, it's been successful. It means a lot. It means a lot to Financial Gravity. The Financial Gravity, it means that it's going to double our revenue. We've been acting as one company for several months, but it hasn't been reflected on our Qs and on our K10. It hasn't been reflected in our financials. It doubles our revenue. It's a big deal. It creates diversification in our revenue stream. It allows us to be a more complete offering to the whole financial community. When you look at Financial Gravity right now and who we are today, it's not reflected in our finances, but it's not reflected in what the public knows about us. So I think it's really it's a proud day for me. I'm really happy to have the Forta Financial Group as part of the Financial Gravity family. And I think that we're going to do terrific things in the industry. I think that if I had to put my prognostication hat on, I think that you look back 2 years from now and we're going to be one of the fastest growing financial services groups in the entire country. So I see really great things ahead.
Amazing. I guess to give people some insight, number one, if you want to touch on what a broker dealer is a little bit, and they're going to be doubling your your revenue, like you say, but maybe go into a little bit more detail on how and why, talking a little bit about what they do, obviously, and a little bit more detail about what a broker dealer really is for people that aren't too sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So financial advisors, they need to associate with a broker dealer in order to be in the business. They need to have a place that holds their licenses and then does the compliance and the administrative and all of the back office work that's necessary for them to run their business. It's an important component of the entire financial services supply chain. And I think that we do a really great job and provide a really great service, but I think we do some things that are kind of innovative, some things that are maybe a little different on the Forta Financial Group side than some of the other independent broker dealers in the country. We pride ourselves on entrepreneurialism. We've spent a great deal of time, effort, and money putting systems and technology in place to allow for the individual financial advisor's personality to shine through, so they can run their business with their fingerprint on it, yet we still can remain absolutely 100% compliant because of the systems and the technology that we put into place. Some of the other things that I think that we do that are innovative is that we have a practice management arm that really helps a financial advisor take their practice and turn it into a leveraged business that's set up for real serious, massive and sustainable growth, so they can become build the kind of financial advisory business that they really be proud of. The other thing I think that we do well is we're spending a lot of time concentrating on some of the things that bring a financial advisor's business down. For example, marketing and deal flow. One of the biggest reasons for financial advisors to fail or fail to thrive in this business, it's lack of new deal flow, lack of new prospects. So we've gone out, we've hired some of the brightest minds in the industry to create marketing programs, to create marketing funnels, create ways to measure the ROI on marketing programs so that our financial advisors can have that constant, steady flow of new prospects at their doorstep. Another thing I think that's really important that we've kind of pinned as one of our core philosophies is financial innovation. We have some programs around, especially around tax and how to attract small to mid-sized business owners through helping them with tax savings. That is really, really a key to getting in the door to these opportunities that most advisors are never going to find their way in the door.
Interesting. Well, you guys are doing things extremely different, and I think you've touched on a lot of the innovation that you guys are bringing to the space. And as a big, kind of core competency, I'll say, about financial gravity, the fact that you guys are so innovative, and because you're able to pivot and really give people what they want. I think that's fantastic. Going back to, I want to touch on how Florida Financial, coming into financial gravity is basically going to double the revenue on the books. Do you want to talk about that a little bit? Where does their revenue come from, and why is it going to be such a huge addition to financial gravity?
Yeah. There are really three main sources of revenue over at Forte Financial Group. It's there's commissions that are earned off of securities business. There are fees that are earned off of advisory services, and then there's insurance business. So I think it's a really well diversified revenue stream, but more importantly, it truly diversifies the entire financial gravity revenue stream in a way that it's extremely stabilizing and it looks very positive for future growth.
Oh, it's awesome. Having different sources that obviously don't hinge on the other's success is great. And like you said, being a little bit more diverse will give you guys the power to also look at potentially growth in all these different areas, all these different revenue streams. It's fantastic. Is there anything you want to touch on in terms of, you've said a lot about why you're happy that this merger is happening. Do you want to touch on any of the potential benefits that you haven't yet from this merger?
Well, one of the things I think that is really important is, Forte Financial Group obviously has a core group of financial advisors, and we're heavily aggressively recruiting more financial advisors. But it also helps feed some of the other companies that Financial Gravity currently owns. For example, Financial Gravity owns a turnkey asset management platform, a TAMP, that provides all the tools and technology that financial advisors need to run their advisory business, along with institutional managed money that I believe is second to none. And to have our advisors have the TAMP, the Sophos Investments TAMP, at their fingertips creates cross-selling opportunities and additional revenue. The fact that Financial Gravity also owns an IMO, insurance marketing organization, in Empath Advisor Resources, that's huge, right? Because now all of our financial advisors have access to Empath, and once again, there's cross-selling opportunities. So not only does it diversify our revenue stream, but it increases our potential revenue and hence profitability.
Yeah, I think the greatest way to kind of sum it all up is better together. And I feel like that's been the story for a lot of financial gravity, kind of companies, is that everything works extremely well together, and certain benefits of one company help other companies. So really, you're both growing, or you're growing both of these kind of avenues, which is fantastic. So I think, amazing. Sounds like a fantastic already building relationship that you've been working with, and it seems like things are only going to grow going forward. Is there anything else you want to say in terms of capping it off?
You know, I know I've kind of already said this before, Jason, but I think it's interesting. The world just doesn't quite know yet what we've really accomplished, and what we've accomplished is extremely profound. In the last 9, 10 months, we've gone from a vision of the future that was kind of monovision to a company that is a conglomeracy of financial services companies that all help each other be more successful. Rising tide lifts all ships, and the story is powerful. The story is one that I'm really truly excited about. And like I said, I think you'll look back 2 years from now, and you'll see that we're one of the fastest growing financial services groups in the entire country. And I'm looking forward to that.
That's amazing. And hey, right now is the time to strike, and I think we're all going to be extremely happy with big smiles on our face in the next year to 2 years. So, well, sounds great. I think you touched on everything fantastic. If anyone wants to ask any questions, obviously we invite them to share their questions below, or even try and reach out to Scott directly. We do have a Telegram. He's active on LinkedIn as well. And Scott, thanks for talking about the acquisition. See you next.
Absolutely. Thank you.